What you get for $2 million in Santa Clara County, Silicon Valley. Also, what you should think about if you have pets and you're thinking about selling your house. And existing homes month supply, which is uh, Freddie Mac or Fred. And let's see, inventory and supply charts. Let's get moving. What sellers should think about when they have pets? This article from Realty Times, what sellers should know about pets and showings. Look, some people are afraid of dogs. Some people don't like birds. Some people are afraid of cats or just don't like cats. So if you're showing your house to sell, there are some people that just might get turned off from your pets. I know their family. I have 2 pets. I have now 4 chickens. One just passed away. I understand. Believe me. But when showing a house, you don't go into a model home and see dogs laying on the couch, right? Or birds in a cage squawking at you. You just don't. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't be seeing dogs in malls, but anyway, it's more like I don't know. I don't know what that problem is. What you're doing is putting a line in the sand. And what you want to do is make it the path of least resistance for all buyers to come through your house and want to buy it. If you turn off 5 or 10 or 15%, you might be turning off that one person that's willing to pay your crazy expectation of price. So if you have dogs, don't put them down, put them away, take them with you. If they smell like my dogs smell at my house, I could tell you that when I walk into my house after a couple of weeks of being sailing and I come back, it smells like dog. Get rid of that smell. You have to deep clean your couches and deep clean your carpets if you have carpets, and just do a massive wipe down. And I have one that's kind of a part husky, and she has hair everywhere. I have a pillow of hair every time I sweep my floor. It's kind of gross, just kind of is what it is. And every morning I wake up with husky hair in my eyes because she sleeps on our couch or on our bed. It is what it is. If you're in that situation, it might be smarter for you to move. Buy another house, move, and then sell your house. It might be easier for you depending on your situation. Right? Most of the time I tell people, don't buy a house until you know what you have to play with. It's a precarious situation when you buy a house first and you have 2 mortgages. So clean up. Just understand that some people just don't want to be around dogs. I have friends that are deathly afraid of dogs, so I don't bring them around. I get it. But most of the time I hang out with people that have dogs. You'll see me at the park hanging out with the dog pack, far distances, and we just chill out and just stay away from everybody else. And if you love dogs, or if you have a dog, come by. We'll love to have you and hang out with you. But we stay away from other people because some people don't like dogs. I get it. Same thing with cats. Same thing with fish. Now, if it's a fish or a lizard or whatever, and you have them in your aquarium, I totally understand that. I totally understand. Just make sure it doesn't smell and there's no feathers flying around, whatever. Okay, so our month supply is growing. If we go back to 5 years, you're going to see it's getting up there. Not as crazy as it was in 20, which is 4.6, but we're getting up there. This is when we stalled the market, right? We stalled the market here and we kind of slowed down. Rates went up, it kind of went back. Now things are coming back to normal. This is the summer selling season. And even though some places are finding it hard to sell houses, like Florida and Texas, where everybody moved to, and they're getting out because they don't like the heat or they don't like the whatever, right? They just got out. They just like, I don't like living in Oregon. well, now might not be a time for you to sell. Okay. This episode was brought to you by AIDA. Not only is AIDA my aunt, but AIDA is a company that does all of the back end marketing for me. I don't have to lift a finger. They create a funnel, they create the sales collateral, the sales magnet, they create the follow up, the voicemails, the emails, the texts. I don't have to do anything. And if you're a business owner, especially if you're in services, AIDA does everything for you. I used to spend hours in my CRM, my database, and goofing around with all this. How do I do this? How do I back end that? How do I make that? How do I connect this? How do I make it's a pain in the ass. I got to the point where it was a brick wall for me, a mental brick wall. I just refused to use it. So I went to spreadsheets. Now I do my business on AIDA, which is just like every other CRM. But what they focus on is doing the stuff for you. Now, you do have to make a phone call every once in a while. That's just your job is sales. But what if something else could do what another service could do everything else for you? So you could free yourself up and go and be belly to belly with your prospects and clients. AIDA. And just to show you, this goes through the AIDA funnel. If you're a buyer, if you're thinking about buying a house, this whole thing goes to the whole AIDA thing. It alerts me that you downloaded the buyer's checklist, and it's easy. And I don't bother you unless you call or ask a question, right? Because this really is just a free thing. If you're not in the mode to buy a house, great. If you want to use somebody else, well, that's too bad. But here's the thing. I'm here to educate. I'm here to show you the process. I'm here to protect you and be your guide through the entire process. Not everybody does that. This is just one part of it. Okay, current mortgage rates are 7%. They are not going down, guys. They'll probably go down, I don't know, September, October, November. They're saying August, but you know how reality is. So the reason why we're not seeing the firestorm that we saw 2 years ago is, one, supply. We just don't have the supply. And two, interest rates are up. So it keeps a lot of buyers out of the market. There are buyers buying up houses. Every day we have closes. We're just not increasing the supply to meet the demand, which is why prices continue to go up. As a matter of fact, I just heard that California, median price in California is now $900,000. Not tenable for a lot of people, right? We always talk about how much it costs, so how much you have to make in order to do that. You need to make about $125,000, I think. So what do you get for $2 million? Well, let's see, how many units are there? I don't see where the number is. It doesn't shift. 40 listings at about $2 million. So I picked Malone, which is 95125. And I think I picked it because it's in Willow Glen, really close to Willow Glen. And it's brand new, but it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,392 square feet, 1,400 square feet. But you get another 200 ADU, 200 square foot ADU. It's 73 years old and on market a whole 7 days. Let's see where this one lands. Basic. Upgraded in the early 2000s, it looks like. That's nice, but it takes up the entire room. Look, you can tell. You're losing 2.5 feet of space so you can have your cupboard, which probably cost $5-10 at the time. So, and when you're working with a small house, that's probably not the smartest thing you can do. That is a 90s and 2000 house for sure. I like these colors, to be honest with you. I don't like the redness. I like more maple, toffee, coffee. This has a little red hue to it. This is what my house looked like when I first bought it. It was original when I bought it, and then I put something in like this with the same Baltic brown countertops. And mind you, I like granite versus the plastic that they put in. The quartz, they call it quartz, even though quartz is a rock. It's really plastic. I don't care what kind of, whatever it's called. I have plastic on my counter right now. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. I get it. It's lighter versus this dark. This looks very dark and dreary. So when you say it's remodeled, you can't really say this is remodeled because it's done in the 2000s. Nothing wrong with it. It's just dark. What I would have done is painted the hell out of that cabinet, made it light, bright, and airy. Ooh. Indoor laundry, that's great. I think I'm going to do some research on laundry. How much it costs to buy a laundromat or laundry washer and dryer. Because I swear you have to buy a new one every 5 years or so. And there's maintenance on it. And there's obviously usage costs, gas, water, electricity. But my dryer breaks out, and I know it's a thermocouple because my Mongoloid children decide that they don't want to clean out the lint, and then I have to get the service guy out because I'm not going to do it because ego. So it's $200. So you buy this $500, $600, $700 laundry washing machine. You can buy $2,000 washing machines, right? They're crazy expensive these days. So convenience over utility. Yeah. Okay. Oh, what did I just see? Did I just see a finger? That's somebody's fingers right there in a picture on a $2 million house. Fingers in front of a camera for photographs for a $2 million house. What you're telling me is you're cheap. The agent's cheap, the seller's cheap. Shame on you. $2 million, you can't afford to get a professional. Shame on you. Whew. Maybe I need to have my weed. I did work out this morning. I need some food, I think. I'm getting hangry. Last week I showed you these numbers were way up there. I told you that it would even out. We're towards the end of the month. That's how it does every month. It just typically does that. But what I do want to point out is that numbers are going up. We have 1,000 active homes for sale, but a lot of those are coming soon. So this whole coming soon thing, I think is bullshit, but that's just me. I don't think it really serves the seller. I think it serves the agent, the listing agent, because what they can do is double end it. I don't think it serves anybody because you really don't know what the market says, what the market will give you. I think it's bullshit, and I think it makes the realtor's case weak to be exclusive. I think it's going to hurt the realtor brand overall in a long time. So we just got the U.S. numbers, 3.5 months. We don't have May. Everything else is looking pretty normal. This is, I want to say it's San Benito. Yeah, San Benito's up there, but not right now. Let's get back to where that is. San Benito is 4.9 months, but that's going to come down. That'll probably be about 3.3, 3.1 next at the end of the month after we equal everything out. So, and it's the same thing here. This is why our prices continue to go up everywhere, right? Unless you're in a desperate situation, and that's really the buyer's agent's job, is to find the desperate house, not the house you want to fall in love with and overpay for. It's the buyer's agent's job to find the deal for you. That's what you hire them for, and negotiate the deal, and to make sure that all the different terms meet your needs and expectations and still get the house. So when you have a market where houses are only on market 7 days and you have 15 offers on it and people are paying cash and way over market, it's kind of foolish. It's just my thoughts. But I know how to take advantage of it from the seller side. From working with buyers, I have a different process, and it's a longer term process, just is what it is. Same thing with this here. We're still, look, month supply. I think this is Montecito, but everything else is down at 2.5. Right now, Santa Clara is 1 month. Sunnyvale is 1 month. San Jose is 1.6. Los Altos is 1.6. So that's simply because the market is delivering a very low supply of houses, of inventory, based on the demand compared to the demand that's out there. We always have people that want to buy houses. And no matter what, if they're a first-time buyer, a move-up buyer, an empty nester, or a relocation, or I need a bigger house, those people will always be there. We have investors coming in. We have Airbnb coming in. We have all these other people that are putting downward pressure on supply, keeping it low. And that's why upward pressure on price and competition is there. Santa Clara County, Silicon Valley, no other county out. I mean, all the other counties in the Bay Area are exactly like that, except for maybe Napa, where you see Napa is ranging at about 6% or 6 months right now. If you're going to buy a house and you're okay traveling a bit, Napa's a place to be. It's beautiful, wine country, lots of stuff to do there. All right. So today we talked about pets and showing houses. Oh yeah, and if you have a pet, don't bring a pet into an open house. That's just rude. Don't. Just don't. You know, if your pet goes to the bathroom, you're responsible. It makes a huge mess. It just will mess things up. Don't bring it up, your pet. If it's a AIDA dog, that's another thing, but you better be truthful about that. Talked about month supply. We talked about current mortgage rates, and what you get for $2 million in supply is crazily low all over the place. I'm Vito with Abitano. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you out there.